Hello, everybody. Welcome. You're joining us live in Cologne at World Electrolysis Congress. My name is Sam Ernest. I'm a senior hydrogen analyst for S&P Global Commodity Insights. I'm joined here by Michael Sweet, Director of New Energy at Rockwell Automation. Michael, could you please give us a little bit of an introduction to Rockwell and what your company does?
Sure. Rockwell Automation is the world's largest pure-play automation company. So our focus is purely on automating our customers and helping drive efficiencies with automation and data analytics.
Hey, fantastic. And how do you apply that to the hydrogen industry? Could you give us an example of some of the projects or solutions you're working on at the moment?
Yeah, so without naming, I think that it's okay. As you know, a lot of the customers and companies in this space are working on proprietary things. They're really reticent about us using their name. But Plug Power is one that I think everybody knows that we're doing some work with. It's public information, so that's exciting. But in general, automation plays a critical role in driving scale. So probably in the hydrogen space, it's really, just like with all renewables, it comes down to cost. And cost is the biggest barrier to adoption. So what automation does is one of the biggest enablers of cost reduction is scale, and one of the biggest enablers of scale is automation. So that's kind of the role we play. We're not an electrolyzer manufacturer. We make electrolyzer manufacturers become profitable. That's our goal.
Okay, fantastic. No, fantastic to hear, and obviously very, 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 very valuable in the emerging industry and hydrogen economy. I want to touch on challenges and opportunities that you see for the hydrogen industry. Maybe challenges first. What are a couple of the barriers that you're facing within the emerging hydrogen industry?
So again, we're not a hydrogen producer, but when we see our customers struggling, they're struggling with cost. As I said, everything else you hear, if you distill it down to its lowest point, it's about cost. So one of the other things that can help with cost is uses for hydrogen. So one of the things we see is we have to have new application, new demand. There has to be growth on the demand side of hydrogen. Demand helps drive demand for production. So right now, there's limited demand for hydrogen. There's applications emerging, they need to grow. Again, but they're restricted by cost again, because even though you say I have a new use of hydrogen, if the hydrogen is too expensive, you're not going to go there. So we do see some advancements in the demand side, and the demand side hopefully will drive the production side, and that's where we'll see the growth there. I think it's kind of a two-step thing. So we're looking for real advancements in consumption.
Okay, so on opportunities, is that the opportunity as well there in terms of demand increase, or are there other areas that you're looking at and seeing that's an opportunity where we can make a difference?
So for Rockwell in particular, we're not going to do a lot about demand generation, obviously, but our customers are. So we work in a lot of the heavy industries, which are hard to remediate, like steel, mining, some other heavy industries, oil and gas. Those are the companies that are interested in using hydrogen in new ways. So to the extent that our customers need this technology and Rockwell is helping the producers produce at a lower cost that can make that happen, that's what we're excited about. So we're bringing some of our both automation technology plus our data analytics and some of the more advanced AI capabilities that we have to bear on this problem. And hopefully that'll lead to some breakthroughs in the technology that will drive down cost in the future.
Okay, fantastic. And you mentioned the magic word AI almost, and I want to jump on that quickly and sort of see. Do you think that AI can make a real difference towards the emerging hydrogen industry and some of the work that you guys are doing?
Yeah, I mean, any discussion that we have today that leaves out AI, we'd be remiss. So I don't like it to be treated as a big buzzword. We're really pragmatic at Rockwell, and we see that. I came from the solar industry that had a very similar problem with cost and adaptability, and that was solved over a decade. What we didn't have was the advanced AI we have today. I think that's going to really be transformational in this space, and that's why I feel strongly about Rockwell has to offer is we bring the ability to surface the data that you then can use AI to get insights into the process. So it wasn't so easy back in our day to A, surface the data, and then B, have a tool that could analyze the data. So I think the other thing that we see is instead of having like a ChatGPT where you have this monolithic AI that lives in the cloud, our philosophy is kind of deploying really impactful AI at the edge. So embedding AI capabilities in our devices so they're AI native, they don't need to connect to the cloud, and then having other devices that can do advanced analytics at the edge. I think that's really, I think, will be transformational in this space.
Okay, that's something that's really interesting and something to definitely keep an eye on as the industry develops. Finally, I just wanted to ask you about your experience here this week, and maybe one or two of how you found it, and one or two of the key takeaways that you've had from this event.
So I found it through our internal marketing team. So our internal marketing group suggested this event. I think we attended last year as well. I think one of the key takeaways is I think that in the discussions and the sessions that I've attended, it's been refreshing to hear a more pragmatic view. They're talking about the realities, not the greenwashing you hear on the news. It's people that are trying to solve the real problems of hydrogen adoption, and that's really refreshing. And it's because if we talk about the real problems, we're able to actually solve those. We have a lot of smart people in the world, but they need to work on the right problem. And I think here at this, I've been hearing that. So it was really refreshing.
That's great to hear. No, thank you, Michael, and thank you for joining us here at World Electrolysis Congress in Cologne, World Hydrogen Leaders event, now a part of S&P Global Commodity Insights.